All right. So this is our first kickoff call for 2019, the fall season. So we were doing them on Monday night in the summer because it was easier schedule wise for us. But now we have dance and gymnastics Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Thursdays works out best for us again. And 8 o'clock works out better because you all know in La La Land by 8:20. So so this is good. So tonight I just kind of wanted us to chat about our business plan and kind of make sure that everyone kind of has a business plan. Like I want to make sure every month you start like that first of the month and you're like, okay, this is my plan. These are my goals. This is, what's coming up. Like literally, we have so many launches. Hi, Christina. We have so many launches now that it's like we've got to kind of know what's coming up. We're still in the middle of MM100, but we've got the work sneaking up on us. Someone messaged me today and she's like, when does the vegan beach bar come out? I'm like, oh crap, I don't know. And then I went to back to my summit pictures and it just said fall. It didn't really, so I'm like, oh, I don't know. It said fall. I'll let you know, so I think they're trying to it's funny in the round table. It's just funny, the conversations that happen because everyone's like, we need more product. We need more consumables. We need more, for retention. And then all this stuff comes out at once and they're like, oh my God, what are we doing? How does it, so it's like a double-edged sword here trying to figure it out. But I really think we're doing a really good job on the big team Fit Tribe page in pumping up all of these launches. Like I really think that is one of the reasons you should have your teams in that big group because so Renee's shaking her head because I think this is probably the first launch that you saw some income, right? Like your whole team bought pumpkin spice. Yeah. And everyone's buying the collagen. Yeah, yay for a good paycheck today. Everyone's buying collagen from us talking all about collagen. Everyone's buying the beach. Like I had someone today buy the pumpkin spice, the beach bars, the collagen, and something else. Oh, the digestive health, because I started sharing that I've been putting that in my shake right now has my cafe latte and it has digestive health, power greens, collagen, and peanut butter in it. Like I have the whole concoction now, but I literally feel so good with those combos. Like I was only doing digestive health when I needed it. And now I'm doing it consistently. I don't think I'm doing a full scoop. And I don't do a full scoop of power greens because I make sure it's enough to not change my flavor. I don't mind it changing the color, but if I start tasting spinach with my cafe latte, my peanut butter, I'm like, oh. So I just kind of sprinkle some in. But it's getting more, getting something in. But just, I think of all of us sharing our stories and, when I did that contest of, hey, buy something you've never bought before, we had in that first hour, I think we had 20 people buy something. And I gave a prize away. So I just think I want you to, I say this all the time, I want you to run your own team groups and I want you to be a leader and I want you to be like that. You've got to do that. I totally get that. But I do think there's some benefit in at least asking your team, hey, I know you love us in here and we're doing amazing. We have this great camaraderie and I want to keep that, but would you be interested in checking out the bigger team stuff too? Not to overwhelm you, but there's contests that happen in there and whatever. I think it helps. So just my 2 cents for that again. But so kudos for the pumpkin spice stuff. And I don't like the pumpkin spice, FYI. I don't like it. I didn't like it last year. I was like, oh, I don't like this. I'm not a huge, I don't like the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. I'm like, oh my God, that's so much. But I like a little bit of pumpkin. So those pumpkin donut holes that I shared the other day. Okay. Those were the best things I've ever eaten in my life. But what I'm going to do with this now is I know it's in the packets, so I'll have to stand it up on the counter or put it in a container or something, but I'm going to just sprinkle a little in to my cafe latte and give it that pumpkin, a little bit of pumpkin. Same, I you know, because sometimes when I use like extract, I put too much of extract stuff in, and I'm like, like the first time I tried to do like my own peppermint, I was like, oh my God, what? Like I tried to do, I was like burning my mouth. So I think, you know, I'm gonna see if we can make some like pumpkin bars or something. And I wanted to get it for prizes too. So sometimes I don't like everything, but I still get stuff just because it's part of our business, right? So yeah, so that's kind of, you know, we have the work coming up, and that won't be for everyone. You know, that's not going to be a big team launch for sure. Basically with the timing too, we're all still doing MM100, but the cool thing with the work, it comes out on September 30th, VIP early access, and you get immediate access on September 30th. So there's no like, you purchase it on September 30th, you don't get it till October 30th. It's, you get it that day, and VIP early access is till the spring. So it's not 90 days, it's like 180 days. So it's not going to be on Beachbody On Demand till like April of next year. So if people want to do it, they got to do the VIP early access. And they're going to have packages with more equipment, like with a pull-up bar, things like that. So I will have a round table call on that next Friday. So I'll let you guys know as soon as I know more. That's kind of all I know right now is what I just said. So Kim Carver is going to give us a training next Friday on that. So I'm going to just share real quick what's working for me. But does anyone have anything they want to say, add, comment about launches and everything that's coming up and before I share? All right, cool. So one of the first things I do when the new month starts is I share, I never know where my camera is. I share just like my goal. Okay, so I'm going to just help 10 people and I'm going to sign 5 coaches. And then I'll just fill this in when people sign up. So these 10 people aren't like my Shakeology people that, you know, are on month 2 or 3. Like these are brand new people, and that's kind of my goal. And these 10 people, like they can buy a Shakeology sampler and they get on this list. Like I don't really, you know, I'm not discriminating what gets them on this list. It doesn't have to be a challenge pack, but I do want to start focusing on signing up coaches. So the goal is 5 coaches and then 10 of whatever. As soon as I took the pressure off myself about 2 years ago of Success Club, this has helped. Like I hit Success Club. I don't hit it every month. I've missed it twice this year, and both of those months I hit 4. Mark like wants to kill me when I hit 4. Like he just like, I'm like, I just hit 4 again. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, I know. But I took that pressure off of myself, and I'm like, okay, you know, it's not like I hit 0. Like I was trying, you know, but I just took that pressure off myself, and it just helps. This I have shared in the team page a couple times. This is just my version of the business activity tracker. I kind of took it from the 12-week yearbook. I've been tweaking this. I write like notes on it, and I've been tweaking this over time. But it really helps me stay focused, and it's a little easier than the checklist piece for me. I feel like I like highlighting for some reason. I'm like huge on highlighting. So I just highlight as I do things, which I didn't today, but I did a lot more than this. I wrote out the entire Jace Power Hour that I've been raving about, like that I'm like in love with. I went in the round table and was like, you're amazing. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. I've literally been trying to build on Instagram for 5 years and have watched probably 25 trainings, and this finally clicked for me. So I wrote every activity out on here. This takes me 15 minutes. Like it doesn't, like I did the Power Hour with her and didn't see the entire hour, but she explained a lot. But now that I have it all written, it takes me 15 minutes. And my news feed is so much better on Instagram. I understand now. And I see, like if I'm scrolling on my feed and I see something, like tonight, I saw like a Maxim cover girl trying to get a contest. I'm like, why am I following a Maxim cover girl? I was like, oh, I think I know. This one Mark was trying to help me build Instagram. He's like, but I unfollowed. So I was like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not voting for you to be the cover girl for I don't know, more power to you, but okay, we're not going to connect. So so I unfollowed. So it's like easy for me to unfollow a lot of accounts now, where before I would I don't know, I would leave them. I don't know what it was. And then like there's a lot of accounts that I follow that are like Disney related that never give me any feedback back. So I've started unfollowing that, like it's just a lot of just learning that. But that's been working really well. And then the other thing I took from Heather Shipley's Power Hour. So I put both of these Power Hours in a file in the Team Passion Coaches page. I put them together so that we can never lose them. That one is a Facebook Champions page one. So when people click on that link, they have to make sure they're a part of that page to watch it. So some people might, if you like share that with your new coaches and they're like, I can't get this one, they just have to request to join the Beachbody Champions page. So something I took from her Power Hour, so I did it with Becky. Becky was like, who wants to do this with me? I'm like, I will. So I did that with her. And she was the old way of how to do Instagram that I didn't connect with, but I still was listening to her. But one thing I took from her is she writes down all the names of people that she touches, so to speak. So I never did that. So I've shared that with you in a training and my index cards and stuff. Until we're having a conversation, they don't go on a list anywhere. And I've been doing that for 9 years, but I'm willing to change because something's a little broken, with me. So I want to just, I'm willing to change things up. So I've been doing that. And then it allows me to be like, okay, I just had a connect, like a touch, meaning, they were one of my 5 people on Instagram from my Power Hour that I commented and liked 3 of their pictures, so I like took my time, went through the last 5 pictures, liked them all, and then commented on 3 of them with genuine thoughts. And so I'm writing them on this list because chances are when you do that, they always comment back. People are they tag you right back, say thank you, something. So now they're on this list for me to go back to their feed and make sure I'm kind of constantly showing up for them type thing. And seeing more of their new stuff. So that's something new that's been working for me. And I've been getting bolder with Jess. Like the other night, the coach is signing up tonight. She was like, I know, but it's just so expensive. I shared that story and that conversation with you guys. And I was like, you know what? It's not. Like I used to go, I know, I felt that way too. I was like, you know what? It's not. Like it's $3.76 a day. And if you get coffee out, and I'm like, that's $26 a week. If you order pizza on Friday nights with your spouse, like stop doing that. Or if you go to the coffee shop every single day and get a $3 coffee, stop doing that or cut that back on that. And she's like, you know what? You're right. What's the price again? Remind me. She's going in tonight. Like, it's just, and not everybody's going to do that. I saw someone just post on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for a protein shake. And it's someone I've contacted before, but I haven't talked to her in a long time. And I almost just kept scrolling and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to message her. And so I did, and I'm sending her 2 samples tomorrow. Like, she was like, this sounds perfect. This sounds exactly what I need. Oh my gosh, thank you. And she was looking for a protein shake, but I was like, this isn't a protein shake, but this, whatever. You guys know what I shared. So I'm back in the mindset of where I was 9 years ago of needing this business to work again. So it's like, we got into a comfortable lifestyle with what we were making, and now it's a little stressful again. And there's a very expensive pool in the backyard that I have to recoup some money on. We mainly paid cash for it all, but we did have to, like, the landscaping. So there's a little credit card charges up there for that I would like to get rid of. And I can't do that with what I'm currently making every week. Like, I can't, it's not gonna be enough. to get that paid off as much as I'd like. And so that stresses me out because that's where I was 9 years ago, and I don't want to be in that. I purposely was like, I don't ever want to be in credit card debt again. And I don't consider myself in credit card debt, but I need to get those paid off to get my mind back in the right path. So it's kind of a good thing because it's put this pressure back on me that I needed. Like, okay, we need to, and we need to set big goals again as a family because this was the big goal. The pool was the big goal. Now we need another big goal, right? Which is probably Sammy going to college in 6 years. Anyway. So that's what's working for me, you guys. I don't know if you have so if you guys want to talk about what's working for you, or you want to talk about kind of, do you write out a business plan every month, or do you have it in your head, but you kind of maybe need to write it out? Like what, whoever wants to share.
So what's working for me right now is I did update my new 12-week goal board because I had it like on the front of my binder. Mm-hmm. So I have it literally every time I sit down to go to work, I have it in front of me. And then the other thing that is really working well for me, so I did what Nicole did. Mine looks a little different because I like the boxes. I like to check things off. So mine looks a little bit different, but I made a daily tracker and I basically just sandwiched a lot of great things together. So I took everything off of the business activity tracker because I love it.
Yeah.
I love the breakdown of the stories. I love it. But I also really, really loved a lot of stuff that was on the PB&J tracker from that call that we had. And so I put that on here. And then I found that what I was doing before is I had like a notebook over here and a list over there and my tracker over here. And it was just a lot to keep up with. So I would sit down to work and I literally had like a whole basket full of like notebooks. And I was like, this is ridiculous. There has to be a better way. So the things that I would put on my daily to-do list every single night before I went to bed were things like wake up, energize, work out, recover, and then I would list out all of my group check-ins because I
did that.
Get extremely anxious when I don't feel like I'm showing up in a group or I'm not checking into a group or I'm not like caught up in a group. So if I feel like there have been several posts and I'm out of the loop, I get really anxious. And then one of two things happens. I either like spend all day catching up or I just say screw it and I lose traction. So I wanted to make sure that neither of those were happening. And so I put all of my group check-ins at the bottom. So I did one of these for my coaches that doesn't have all the groups because they're not in the 1-2 star diamond group. They're not in, the leadership council for Tampa. They're not in those things, but those are places I have to be. So I did a daily tracker for my coaches and then I did a leader tracker for myself. And then, I have like all of our groups are on here so that I don't forget to log, or I don't forget to go in and hit like and comment and show up for my team. So all of that is on here. And then I left blank spaces so that I could add different things in. So like tomorrow, as I was going through and talking to Nicole earlier, and like catching up on some of the group stuff, I was like, okay, I really want to watch Nicole's September video in our Road to Elite group. I really want to, watch the in the new diamond training. I have the next video that I need to watch. So I have those on my list for tomorrow. And then it's something different the next day. So it just keeps me on track. So I did that. And then I did, so I tried the index card system and it just didn't work with my brain. So I created a spreadsheet because that's who I am, spreadsheet girl. But one of my coaches actually helped me fix it, and we put columns in here for connections, invites, and follow-ups so that we could write either C, I, or F. in there. And then once they become a follow-up, like once we get a no or a not right now, and they become a follow-up, that's when I'm implementing the index card system for me. So that when I grab my follow-up box and I know, and I have a whole stack for October, those are my people for October. So that's how I'm implementing your index card, theory, because I love it. And then it just didn't work for me. This works better for my tracking. And that will be awesome for follow-ups. I'm really excited about the efficiency that I'm seeing with it so far. So that's what we've been doing. And just having the plan on the front of the binder, I've just found that it really keeps it in focus when I pick it up to work.
Yep. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started writing down all the groups too. And I felt like there was like so many groups, but then when I write them down and I go through them, it takes me 5 minutes to go in 10 groups. Like, it's like, okay, it's really not that overwhelming. Like, it's crazy. When you have this list in your head, you're like, I'm never going to do any of this. But then when you write it down, you're like, oh, check, check, check. It's crazy how our brain works like that.
Yeah, I literally just sat down and focused for 10 minutes and I was through everything, and the stuff that I didn't take time to do today, I put on my list, and it's fine because now like my brain is clear.
Yeah. Yep. Good. Anybody else want to share? Are you getting some ideas? Do you have like meaning like you have a business plan, kind of what Candace and I just shared, but also like, when is your challenge group starting? What's your goal to have? How many people in the business opportunity? Like, have you looked at the team event calendar to figure out when the next business opportunity was if you didn't get enough people into this one? Are you pumping your team up for Coach Basics starting on Monday? Do you know that we do a power hour every week on Wednesdays, and do you do it with your team? Like that kind of stuff. Is what I mean by having a business plan too.
So I sat down and I always write out how many people I want to help. And then obviously like how many of my coaches I really want to work with and hustle. But something that's working really well for me is I am team procrastination. So I set up alarms in my phone, like legit. 8:15, drink your unicorn juice. 8:30, work out like a badass. Then it's like 9 o'clock, share your workout. And so I have to stay on task. And it's also making me like work without overthinking, because I have like, oh my gosh, like I've got to get this done. I got to get this bat. Otherwise, I spend so much time and I go down a rabbit hole. So that's been really working for me. And then that Coach Jace power hour that you shared was so good. I love it. Can you go into the roundtable group and search and see if she has any other of them? Because she talked about a few different like, not networking, but you know how she talked about, there was a
checklist or something. Somebody else asked me about it in the tribe page. I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if you have a chance and you can search and find it, because that video is unlisted, the one she shared. And so if she has any other unlisted, like I'd love to do it, because I learned so much from that. I've been just gapping Instagram. Like I loved a story because it's fun, but I didn't know how to like build. And this just made it so attainable and easy, and like, oh, she's right. I sit down and pee 500 times so I can like and unfollow and do all those things.
Yeah. And there was no pressure. Like she wasn't like, and your filters have to look like this, and your copy has to look like this, and you have to have 25 hashtag. Like there was no rules with all of that. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like that was a relief for me.
It was really, really awesome. So thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know if I saw it. Well, I did see it the week she did it, but it kept getting bumped up. So, cause I don't always see stuff in the round table, cause I try to stay out of there sometimes, because sometimes people complain and I'm just like, oh my God, I don't have time for this. So yeah, good. Awesome. Anybody else? All right. Well, hopefully you got some ideas tonight so that you can sit down and be like, okay, it's only September 5th. So I kind of wanted to get this kickoff call for our business planning. We are going to do this type of call every Sunday night for about 15 minutes at 8 o'clock. Chances are I won't record it because I don't want to have, want to have recordings sitting everywhere. But I asked in the team page if people wanted to do that, and a lot of you said yes. So Sunday nights at 8:00, we're going to just hop on this same Zoom and just kind of make sure we're set for the week and do this same type of, do you have your list? What are you using for a bat? What do we know what's happening that week in Team Passion events? And just making sure we're getting ready. Because I want to get, one of my goals too is I want to make sure, like we had the business opportunity today and I had 5 guests in there. And so I planned for that starting that last week. But I'd like us to have a system like that together as a team. Like, okay, we know the business opportunity is every other Thursday. So now our next one isn't till, not like you can't add people, it's still fresh today. But next week we're not going to have one. But next week we should be inviting to the next one type thing. Like, so that all of a sudden on Wednesday night, you're not like, hey guys, we have a business opportunity tomorrow. Who wants to join? Like, I want you to have a business plan on getting 5 new guests or 10 or whatever your goal is in every single business opportunity. And here's our plan leading up to it. Like, I want to help the team say, okay, starting on Thursday night of the week before, we're sharing and inviting, not every day up until Wednesday, but we're conscious of whatever we come up with for a plan. I want us to kind of have a plan. I'm more conscious of signing coaches up, so I'm inviting to the business every single day. And so knowing, not a ton of people, but knowing I had the business opportunity to add them to it was just an easy way for me to be like, hey, I was just thinking of you, blah, 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 and here. And I went live today at noon on my regular page, and I kind of went through all of, like, I was listening to Stephanie and Cindy this morning sharing their stories, and I'm like, you know what? Everyone feels this. And so I went and was like, you don't have to be salesy. You don't, you can still be a working mom and do this. You can still have another business and do this. You can and I took all their pieces of their story and I shared it, and I got 3 messages from people that said, you know what? I have been scared to coach, and those are the reasons why. And so put me in the page, So it was good to kind of do that. So if we can, I was trying to share everything that I was doing, but I think we need more of like a plan maybe as a team that, okay, on Thursdays the week before, do this. On Saturdays, do this. On Monday, do that. Like every other day activity to get people into the business opportunity the week leading up to it. Something along those lines. I'm spitting out words, but you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of my vision of just to help more people, get more people in there, because if there's like that group is great, but there needs to be more energy in it. There has to be more new energy. It's got to be fun again. It's got like, I'll run contests, I'm going to announce this new coach in there. But if we can announce new coaches that are signing up all day in there or that whole weekend, I just want it to be like, oh, wait, okay, so people are signing up, and it gets that. I do that with when I used to do shake and shares, I would have a plant. Like, I would have someone that I knew was signing up come to the shake and share and have them sign up. And then I'd be like, oh, yay. And then other people would come over and sign up. Like, so I think, there's power in that energy, for sure. So just my thoughts on that. Because I think it's an easier way to help new coaches put someone somewhere and invite to the business. Hey, no pressure, but we have an open house type, yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So keep up the great work. Keep posting in the business activity tracker, even on days that it's not so great. And, share any business plans, anything you want to share with the team. The Team Passion Coaches feed is always open for you to do that. And yeah, cool. So we'll chat again on Sunday night, but we'll see you guys all weekend. And for those in the path of the hurricane, stay safe. All right. Good night, guys.